Welcome into Friday Night Blitz. Thanks so much for being with us on a semifinal Friday. I'm Brandon Kinnard. It's the game we waited all year for. Undefeated Bayport, undefeated Kimberly. A rematch of last year's quarterfinal round, and they were fired up for it down in Oshkosh. Two of the top teams in the state going head-to-head here, and the Papermakers looking to get to the state championship for the 7th year in a row. Strike first, Caden Pendleton to Alec Martzall, 55-yard score. It's 7-0 Makers. There was plenty more scoring in this thing. Pirates with their first of many TDs. Andrew Thomas, a 54-yard QB keeper, tied at 7 after the first quarter. Into the second, a wild finish to the first half. Caleb Frazier, a 76-yard sprint, and he scores. That cuts Bayport's big lead to 28-14, but the Pirates have one more in them in the first half. Thomas looking into the end zone for Sam Plum, who hauls it in off the tip. The teams combined to score 42 points in the second quarter. Bayport leads 35-21 at the half. Fewer fireworks in the final 2 quarters. It was just the Pirates taking care of business. Kimberly looking for a rally, but Pendleton's pass picked off by Logan Geisler, and that seals it late. The Pirates get the biggest win in program history, 42-28 over the Makers. Chancellor Johnson joining us live now from Oshkosh with reaction. A lot to unpack here. It's the first time in 7 years Kimberly will not be at the state championship, and the first time ever at state for Bayport as they avenge that loss from last year.
Brandon, they say revenge is a dish best served cold, 30 degrees cold that is, and tonight the Bayport Pirates did exactly just that. They were eliminated by Kimberly last year, but tonight, in an impressive victory, they move on to state for the first time in school history.
Words can't even describe it. As a sophomore, we lost to Appleton North round 3. Last year we lost to Kimberly, and this year this game was all we were thinking about, and we really wanted to make it. So that's exactly what we did.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's exciting. I mean, this is what you work for. This is what you want to do as a coach. You know, it's the ultimate. I've been there as an assistant, and really excited to lead this group of young men who are incredible humans and work really hard, and they deserve this moment.
Standing in the way of their first state title is just the #1 team in the state and the defending reigning state champions. In Oshkosh, Chancellor Johnson, NBC 26 Sports.
Came prepared with the snowball and everything. The #1 team being Muskego. That's who Bayport will play in the championship game next Friday. Thanks a lot, Chancellor. Let's get to some other games here. Division 4, it's an all-local matchup between Kiel and Wrightstown on a beautiful November Friday night. Tigers using special teams and defense to stay in this thing. First quarter field goal blocked, and yeah, boys, that's a live ball. Run that thing. It's Quincy Klister taking it all the way down inside the 5. 2 plays later, Wrightstown gets on the board. Ben Jagger. Short TD run, 7-0 Tigers. You can't keep this Raiders offense down for long, though. Their next drive, Hunter Scherenbach, untouched for the touchdown, tied at 7. Into the second quarter now, after a long pass play to set him up, Mitchell Mahler finishes the job himself. 6-yard QB TD run there. Kiel takes the lead. Wrightstown not done yet, though. Late first half, Mahler picked off by Mason DeClean. That leads to a touchdown to tie it at 14, but Kiel pulls away in the second half. The Raiders now 13-0, and they are on to state for the first time ever. In Division 7, it's Oshkosh Lourdes down in Middleton to take on Blackhawk. No one scored until the early second quarter. That's when Ethan Williams, with a QB keeper, makes it 6-0 Blackhawk. The Warriors get the ball back, and they're not done. Marching right down the field. This time it's Caden Mills from a few yards out. Warriors get the 2-point conversion. They go up 14-0. Lourdes, though, has an answer. Less than a minute left in the first half. Joshua Bauer to Preston Rudinger. The Knights hit the PAT to make it a 1-score game. Blackhawk, though, after a long run, Williams through the air this time, has his man. Warriors go up 20-7 at the half, and they win it 34-7, ending a great season for Lourdes. Some other scores here. Division 3, Menasha winning a thriller over Menominee. The Blue Jays scored a touchdown and a 2-point conversion in the final minute, then got a pick to seal it. They'll play DeForest in the D3 title game next Friday. And Division 6, St. Mary Springs once again moving on. They shut out Mondovi Springs in the state title game for the 8th time in 10 years. They're looking for their 4th straight state title next Thursday. To Hoops.